Exposed my wife cheated with her cousin, and now my world has completely fallen apart. She destroyed our trust, and I don't know how to move forward? Hey Reddit. I don't even know where to begin. My whole life has been turned upside down, and I honestly feel like I'm drowning. I've been with my wife, Ava, for almost 7 years. We've had our ups and downs, like any relationship, but I always thought we had something solid. We have 2 kids, a house we're paying off, and I've always believed that we were a happy family. That was until everything came crashing down. It all started about a month ago. I had noticed Ava acting a bit differently, but I couldn't put my finger on it. She was a little distant, not as affectionate as she usually was. I thought maybe it was just stress from work or something going on in her life that she wasn't ready to talk about yet. But then, one evening, I came home early from work and found her phone unlocked on the kitchen counter. I know it sounds bad, but I couldn't resist checking it. I never usually snoop, but my gut was telling me something wasn't right. When I opened the phone, I saw a message thread between her and her cousin, Mark. Now, I've known Mark for years. He's always been a part of our family gatherings, and I've never once thought anything suspicious of him. But the messages I read made my stomach drop. It wasn't just the usual cousin banter, it was something more. They were talking about meeting up, and the messages got flirtier with each exchange. But then I found the ultimate kicker, a photo. A photo of them together, smiling, but it wasn't just a family photo. No, this one was taken at night, in what seemed to be a hotel room. Ava's arm was draped around Mark, and they both looked way too cozy. The worst part? There were no kids with them, no family around. Just the 2 of them. I felt like I was going to pass out. My heart raced, and my hands trembled as I read more messages. They were talking about how much fun they had that night and how they couldn't wait to do it again. The final message that completely shattered me was from Mark saying, "I love you, babe. I'm so glad we're doing this together." I had to sit down. I felt sick. I couldn't believe what I was reading. My wife, my best friend, the mother of my children, was cheating on me with her cousin. I just couldn't understand how something like this could happen. How could she betray me like this? And how long had it been going on? I knew I had to confront her, but I didn't want to do it in anger. I wanted answers. So, I waited until she got home that evening. When she walked in, I could see she was exhausted. She gave me a quick kiss and went to drop her things off in the bedroom. I followed her in, and that's when I confronted her. I showed her the phone and the messages. I didn't yell, I didn't scream, I just asked, "Is this true?" Her face went pale. She didn't even try to deny it. Instead, she just broke down. She sat on the edge of the bed, crying uncontrollably. I stood there in shock, not knowing how to react. I still couldn't believe it was happening. She finally managed to say that it had started a few months ago when she and Mark were hanging out one night after a family party. They had both been drinking, and one thing led to another. She said she never meant for it to happen, but it did, and they kept it a secret because she was afraid of what it would do to the family. She said that she had been feeling distant in our relationship for a while, and she didn't know how to talk to me about it. I felt like the ground had been pulled out from beneath me. I wanted to scream, to hit something, but all I could do was stare at her. I couldn't understand how she could let it go on for so long without telling me. She said it was a mistake, but I couldn't even process what she was saying. I asked her if she was still seeing him, and she said no. She promised that it was over and that she was committed to fixing our marriage. But I just didn't know if I could believe her. How could I? How could I ever trust her again? How could I look at her the same way? The days after that conversation were a blur. We went to therapy, both individually and as a couple. But I'm not sure if anything is going to help. I'm struggling to figure out if I can forgive her or if I'm just wasting my time. My mind keeps going back to the image of her with Mark, and I can't unsee it. I've talked to some of my closest friends about what happened. Some have been supportive, telling me to take time to figure things out. Others have told me that I deserve better and that I should leave her. But I don't know if I'm ready to throw away everything we've built. I keep wondering if we can get past this, but I also don't know if I can ever forget what she did. I've tried to talk to Ava about it, but every time I bring it up, it feels like I'm reopening the wound. We've had some good days, but the trust isn't there anymore. I don't know how to get it back, and I don't know if I even want to. Update. It's been a few weeks since my original post, and I just wanted to give an update. Things have been difficult. Ava and I have been seeing a therapist, and while there have been moments of progress, I still don't know if I can get past what happened. I've tried to forgive her, but every time I see her, the images and memories of her with Mark haunt me. We're still trying to make things work, for the kids mostly. I've been focusing on co-parenting and trying to keep things as normal as possible. Ava has been trying hard to show me that she's committed, but I'm still struggling with my feelings. I don't know if I'll ever trust her again. Some days are better than others. I still feel a lot of anger and betrayal, but I'm also trying to be rational about what's best for my family. I appreciate all the advice and support I've gotten here. It's been helpful to hear from others who have gone through something similar. I'll keep trying to figure things out, but I don't know where this is going to end up.